Lesson 7-7, Writing Inequalities, and in this lesson you learn to solve verbal problems by writing and solving inequalities. Why is it important? Because you can use inequalities to find the amount of a postage needed to mail a letter. Okay, let's take a look at this real-world application in backpacking. The great outdoors. Nearly 10 million Americans hit the trail to go backpacking each year. State and national parks are among the most popular getaways. A fitness magazine says, okay, that 3 times the weight of your backpack and its contents should be less than your body weight in order for you to avoid injury. Okay, if you weigh 120 pounds and your empty backpack weighs 15 pounds, how much should the contents of your backpack weigh? So we will solve this in example number 2, and this also applies to your own backpack. Okay, so when we go to example number 2, start computing for your own backpack that you take home every day, and if it weighs heavier than this particular formula, then you need to buy a rolling backpack for next year. Okay, so it should be less than your body weight. Okay, fitness magazine says that 3 times the weight of your backpack and its contents should be less than your body weight. Okay, so before we go to that example, let's take a look at this concept. Verbal problems with phrases like greater than or less than describe inequalities. So when you have these, you see these phrases, greater than, less than, they basically describe inequalities. Other phrases that suggest inequalities are at least, okay, at most, okay, and between. Inequalities that correspond to each statement below. So inequalities that correspond to each statement are below. Okay, so you have x is at least 3. So that means x is greater than or equal to 3. Y is at most 9. So that means y is less than or equal to 9. Z is between 2 and 4. That means z is greater than 2 and less than 4. Okay, so between 2 and 4 means greater than and less than 4. Okay, greater than 2 and less than 4. So let's see how this works in example number 1. 3 times the number increased by 8 is at least 25. What is the number? Again, like any word problem, we start off with a let statement. So let x represent the number and write an equality because it says at least 25. So the phrase at least means it's an inequality. Okay, so first things first, let's translate this equation. 3 times the number is 3x. Increased by x, let me underline that, increased by is a plus sign. Obviously 8 is just simply bringing down the 8. Okay, is at least, okay, when you see the word is at least, means it's greater than or equal to, and we simply bring down 25. So you have 3x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 25, and we solve that by working backwards. So we need to undo addition by subtracting 8 to both sides, and we end up with 3x is greater than 17, and then we need to undo multiplication now by dividing both sides by 3. So again, we're dividing by a positive number, so our inequality does not reverse. Okay, so you end up with x is greater than or equal to 17 over 3, or 5 and 2/3. Okay, in many real-life problems you will use a multi-step inequality to solve, and this is now our backpack problem. So what do we know in a backpack problem? You want to find the backpack contents should weigh. You want to find what the backpack content should weigh. Okay, so again we start with the let statement. Let's see, represent the weight of the backpack contents. And how do we plan to solve this? We plan to solve this by translating the word problem. Okay, so it says there 3, where's 3? three times right here. Okay. The weight of a backpack plus its contents. Okay, so 3 times the weight of the backpack. Okay, plus its contents. Give you a plus there. Should be less, okay, than your weight, which is in that case, in that problem, 120 pounds. Okay, so you have 3 times 15 plus c all over 3. Wait, before we do that, this is the original equation. 3 times 15 plus c less than or equal to 20. And since, if you notice, okay, this is 3 times 15 plus c, that means this is a multiplication operation. That means we need to undo 3 first by dividing both sides by 3. And that's why this thing is divided by 3. 3 cancels out, you end up with 15 plus c is less than 40. 120 over 3 is 40. And then we simply solve for c. We subtract 15 to both sides of our inequality. We end up with c is less than 25. So this means that the backpack contents should weigh less than 25 pounds. Okay? And do this in your own backpack. If you weigh around 120 pounds, then this should be the weight of your backpack. If it's a rolling backpack, it doesn't matter. Okay? So suppose the contents of your backpack, we're now checking our answer, weighs 20 pounds, a number that is less than 25. The backpack and its contents would weigh 20 or plus 15 or 35 pounds. Okay, 3 times 35 equals 105, and it's still less than 120, which is your weight. So this would be a safe weight to carry. Okay? And that is a more reasonable way of finding out if your current backpack is too heavy or not. Okay? And in this case, our secret word would be safety. Our secret word would be safety. Okay? And that is the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching.